You read the title. Let's just get into it, yeah? I start my life the same way all women do. Outside of Embers, because I'm using my save from the base game video. Don't like it? Well, boo-hoo-hoo. Like she asked me at the end of last video, and canonically about 2 months ago, I go meet Songbird outside the gate to Dogtown. I have an extra spicy seizure when she makes contact and reveals that she's hacked the biochip, allowing her to temporarily disable Johnny. Oh, he's still in my head. I don't know. Right, so she also tells me that she's working for the president. And I'm like, the president? And she's like, the president of the new United States of America. Who do you think I'm talking about? And I'm like, geez, I don't know. I was just surprised. She tells me that I have to sneak across the border into Dogtown. Don't let my dad hear me say that. He'd flip. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck about that guy. After crossing the border, my first death of the playthrough occurs by me falling to my death due to my double jump being disabled for whatever reason. That's great. We're really off to a good start. Up on the roof of Dogtown Stadium, Songbird points to something in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it Supergirl? God, I hope it's Supergirl. She's really pretty. Nope, plane, definitely plane. The president's plane crashes right into Dogtown, so Song instructs me to go run after it. Barghest, the local goons, that's her description of them, not mine, all take a big interest in the crash. They're not really happy with me charging in after the president, so we have our first real combat encounter here. And I mean, look, Sandy Cloak Widowmaker is a hell of a drug, so I don't really know what to say here other than it's a really good day to be a mortician in Dogtown. When I arrive at the crash, President Myers beats me in hand-to-hand combat before realizing who I am. But then we both die in an explosion. Meaning, no, I could not be— This joke sucks. No, we're fine. There's just more Barghest waiting for us on the other side of the latest doorway into Air Force One. But as it turns out, they've got smart guns. My one weakness. That and stairs. Despite me being real braggy about Sandy Cloak Widowmaker about 12 seconds ago, it sure as hell doesn't save me here. Sniping, however, does. That's a pretty good job if I do say so myself. So after 10 or so attempts, Madam President and I managed to get out of this mess. I perform surprise surgery on her, but then she gets one-tapped by a drone and dies. Meaning no, I could not. To avoid any more Barghest drones, Myers and I take an elevator underground to get to a safe house that Song is leading us to. But it turns out they tracked us down anyway. This is another really bad arena for this. Enemies surround you like crazy, all of the cover sucks, and I can't just run right past them. But whatever, go my Scarab. Song hacks a big scary army robot to kill all our enemies. Now everything will be fine forever. Is what I thought until she loses control and the robot turns on us. I know, robots turning on humanity. No one's ever heard of that sort of thing. I'm gonna be honest with you here. My health did go down twice, but it looks like it's some kind of weird scripted ghost damage that works like Don't Fear the Reapers, where it's like it doesn't kill me even though I have the mod active. I don't know. I don't know. Circumstances make me feel like this wasn't real damage and thus shouldn't fail to run, but I don't know, maybe you feel differently. Whatever, let's keep going either way. The Scarab chases us around a bit until we arrive in a convenient location to fight it. It's honestly less difficult than I anticipated. Though, admittedly, I don't remember it very much because this is my first time playing Phantom Liberty ever since the day it came out when I finished it in a single 18-hour sitting. Again, Widowmaker is a hell of a drug. Can you believe that they just hand this thing to you? The Scarab goes down with little to no difficulty. And like a wise Merc once said, rust and piss, shitbot. Myers and I arrive at our safe house. I hit a great skill check, have a beer with the president, and in the morning she sends me after her top sleeper agent, Solomon Reed. I don't take the president's official oath because commitment kind of scares me. So does water, and mirrors, and yuck, spiders, and sometimes snakes, but they can be kind of cute. What was I talking about? Never mind. I call up the snoozer agent who tells me to meet him at a basketball court. I watch a full 10 holes, full set, full swing. I don't know sports. Before he arrives, and he sticks a gun against my ribs when he finally shows up. We played 20 questions for a bit, but the game kinda grinds to a halt when we realize that neither of us have any idea what a bread box looks like. Regardless, I take Reed back to the safe house with Myers, then it's back to business searching for Song. Reed secures evac for Myers out of Dogtown. Then he and I meet up with one of his former crewmates, Alex, who is similarly undercover. She's a little unhappy to see him since she was kind of told that he was a traitor, but hey, it's fine. In order to track Song down, Alex sends us after a Voodoo Boys netrunner that she vaguely trusts enough to help us. When we get there, the Voodoo Boys are a little bit unhappy to see me, because in case you've forgotten or didn't watch the original, I let Brigitte get her brain fried by Netwatch. Still an open wound for them, I guess. Or still burning synapses, if you will. Or maybe you won't. That's fine. They keep trying to fry my brain in return through their big supercomputer, but they're stupid. They keep revealing the computer's weak points to me. Not even these smart gun noobs are able to put me down. Now, finally, hopefully, all the Voodoo Boys are in hell where they belong. Except for Slider, we still need that guy. He uses some data on the relic in order to track down Song, but it turns out that she was using some black wall magic to talk to me in the first place. We managed to contact her, but only momentarily, and she tells me that we can find her at a party in the Black Sapphire, which is Colonel Hansen's big fortress tower thing. That same black wall magic that Slider used to contact Song turns him into a grilled Slider and also damages me. But again, it's that weird phantom damage where it wasn't like real damage and it didn't kill me. So I don't think this counts. But again, at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide. I call up Hans to ask for a way into that party. He says, sure, I'll make that happen if I do some jobs for him. So I got some badges the hell out of Dodge, save a doctor from some scavs, and help Netwatch with tracking down some Voodoo Boys all along the coast. So I guess they're not all in hell. All that is good enough for Hans, so we meet Hands to Hands in his office, and he gives me a chip with some info on how to break into the Sapphire. Reed, Alex, and I talk about the plan. I'm gonna swim... Oh, already off to a bad start. I have to swim through some sewers to get in. Side note, the gun I have here is Her Majesty. It just looks different because I'm using a mod to change the model. It's not like a modded gun, okay? Okay? I wouldn't do that. I assist Solomon in sneaking in from a sniper's nest. Then the two of us suit up for the party. I've never been to a rich folk party, you know? Probably because I ain't rich. This place is awesome. Classy with just the right amount of tacky. Unlike my suit, which is way too much tacky. I would not wear that. I do some mingling until Song eventually messages me and tells me to meet her on the balcony. So I finally meet her in the well, you know what I mean. And respectfully, she looks like never mind. She informs Sol and I that she, like me, is dying because Madam President has been having her poke holes in the black wall. But she can save us both. We just need to steal a piece of equipment. What? We just need to steal a piece of equipment that Hansen is holding on to. The neural matrix. Speaking of, he comes and takes her away from us. But she uses her connection to the relic to go over the plan, which is to impersonate some of Hansen's runner friends in order to get access to that equipment. Then I go chat them up over a game of roulette. Let's go gambling! I get the two to yap in order to copy their speech patterns and whatnot. And when the three of us go all in, I win. Oh yeah, get owned, hell yeah. Oh, hi Kurt. Yeah, Hansen tells me that he's onto us, but I tell him, not to worry, sir, we're not here for you, we just wanted the president back. And he tells me to get lost before he turns me into tomorrow's headline in yesterday's news. I don't even know what that means, but I get to stepping, because my job's done anyway. I do take one last drink of champagne on the way out, though. This isn't important, but I also did the balls to the wall side quest here. I only mention it because, man, it is really a reminder of how much the nanoplate and Cloak and Sandy are a total crutch for this run. Okay, so back to those Netrunner disguises. They'll be driving a rental car that we want to hack into. So I go and mess around with the rental company's radio tower to let Alex into the network. I also go meet with Song, and I'm like 70% sure that she was totally hitting on me. But hey, what do I know? God, I love women. Hey, that right there is what I know. Alright. Now with all the fun stuff out of the way, it's time for some not so fun stuff. I have to go see a Ripper about getting the shape-shifting tech implanted into me, and all they do is add some wire to my face. Nothing else happens. Nothing else happens. They do not remove my face. That never happened. It isn't real. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh fuck. Reed also slipped me some kind of tranquilizer he wants me to use to take Song in. Back to back to the twins. I prowled on a rooftop to scan for their car, and they managed to completely get past me, even though I have verifiable video proof that I abso-fucking-lutely scanned them.
How did they get you in 4K? That ain't me.
But whatever, I find the car anyway and hop in the trunk, so that I can use the security cameras while they get back inside the car. Once they're inside, I hack the car and take control, and die after a light crash. But hey, whoa, we're fine. I get them to the drop point, all to plan. Then Alex and Reed summarily execute them. Which, they didn't fill me in on that part of the plan. I mean, hey, they were criminals, but I mean, I still don't think you should execute criminals, you know? Yeah, anyway, I get some codes we need from their corpses. Then Alex and I drive off to meet with Hanson in their place. Hey, I look just like her, don't I? It's crazy how just a few wires in my face and absolutely nothing else different can do this. Alex, oops, Freudian slip. Emmerich and I meet the Colonel face to face. Song's here in the stadium. We've almost got her. Hanson chats us up first. He's on edge, knows the FIA is planning something stupid, he just doesn't know what. I keep my cool though, even when I, as they say, fuck the dog a little by saying the wrong things a few times. But hey, whoa, hey, it's okay. Song comes and collects me and brings me right down to the neural matrix we both need. No going back now, so we both plug ourselves in. Perfect time to slip her that tranquilizer Saul gave me. Or, it would be if I ever actually planned to do that. But I don't, so I wait for her to do her thing, then give Alex a signal to off the Colonel. Now it's time for Song and I to get the fuck out of here. Alex is understandably a little bit pissed off when she realizes what's going on, but Song and I give her the slip. We also give Barghest the slip, sneaking out without having ever been seen because Her Majesty is about as goated as Texas in 2007 according to one source that I looked up for this subpar joke. We get out via the sewers, but Song breaks her ankle because she tried dropping like 6 feet in heels. Come on, girl, what were you thinking? Oh, I also follow her ride out of there for a while because I just wanted to know where it went. Drives out to this part of the highway here, and then I guess the driver's AI is turned off. I wait a few days for her to call me up about the final step of our plan to save both of our lives. I'm standing right next to her when she does it, but she tells me to meet up with her elsewhere. Well, curiosity sated, let's finish this. I meet her out in a suspicious van in a suspicious alleyway. Then we drive her to the spaceport to send her to the moon, only place where they can save her life. Now, me? I'm nobody if not someone you could trust in an airport. But I make one simple mistake when I tell security that I'm carrying a live bomb and intend on detonating it. They toss me into jail. I have no idea what I did wrong. But I'm a master of escape and have the world's greatest netrunner in my pocket, so I get out no problem. I sneak past the rest of security, then pull Song up to the roof. As we start heading to her space shuttle, Song overhears on the radio that the NUS sent a shuttle of their own to the spaceport, carrying none other than the President of the United States of America, who's come to talk to Reed in person about cleaning up this mess. By which I mean me. I'm a mess. Myers didn't come alone, of course. Sent an assault team into the terminal to get Song and I. Usually they just go in shooting. Let someone else sift through the ashes and see what's going on, you know? So, with that in mind, Myers' people in the spaceport security have an all-out war in the terminal, which makes it pretty easy for Song and I to slip through unnoticed. Sorta. Once we get to the space station's train station, Myers' boys ambush us. For once, I'm the one being metaed against. A ton of these guys have cloaks. All my many years of cloaks and devastating gonks to death have finally caught up with me. Because I can't see a single one of the enemies I'm supposed to be shooting at. I'm stuck here for over an hour. That's longer than it took me to get through the Sokka Ninja car chase. That's longer than it took me to overcome Smasher. Every time I think I'm almost there, I'm gonna make it. Some enemy I couldn't in a million years have anticipated turns the corner, kills me, and makes me think things that would get me on at least 13 watch lists. Unlike every other segment I got stuck on for this video or the last one, there's not really any quantifiable thing I can do to improve my tactics. It's just, see the enemies who I can't see before they see me. And you want to know what the worst part is? Of every strategy I tried, of all the attempts I made, you want to know the one that worked? Air dash around the arena the entire time without ever stopping, to make sure that the enemies don't move around too much and I can keep track of them better. So stupid. So stupid. My victory is a short-lived one, because while Song hacks the train, I have to hop out of the frying pan into the garbage can, because someone forgot they left food on the stove. Still, like before, with enough time and impulses my therapist would call concerning, I pull through. Song sends a train our way, and then I unleash the power of the Black Wall and anime on the NUSA's asses. I said that's so weird. And then I unleash the power of the Black Wall and anime all over the spaceport. We're able to hop on our train out of here. That was it. The final hurdle. It's smooth flying from here. We're gonna make it. She and I, we're both gonna make it. Or, oh, well, you see, that's the funny part, actually. Because it turns out Song lied to me. Been lying all along. There's never a way out for us both. Only one cure, and it's already been reserved for her. Means I'm back at square one. Well, what's done is done. I pick her up and carry her out to the launch pad, but then Reed steps out from the shuttle and orders me to put her down, and he holds me at gunpoint. He says he's gonna give me a rundown of all the reasons for me to hand her over, and number one is that if I don't, he'll shoot me. But I'm like, what the fuck is a rundown? And I run him down with a bullet to the chest. I strap Song into her shuttle, step back into the observation deck, watch her launch into space, and beat Phantom Liberty without taking any damage. You know, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, so that's it, I guess. Up to you whether or not it counts as a win. I don't care, I'm just here for funsies and masochism. Anyway, hope to see you next time, whenever that is, but until then I'm gonna go polish my spurs.